This is the village of Takeley, close to Stansted Airport. Endurance Estates are proposing a development of 120 homes on the northern edge of Takeley on the west side of Parsonage Road. Endurance are also putting forward plans for a 66-bed residential care home on the opposite east side of Parsonage Road. Takeley's sustainable location makes it ideal for further development. Rob Barber is leading the planning team.
Sustainability effectively has three elements to it. There's the social element, there's the economic element, and there's the environmental element.
Takeley is defined as a key village. It has excellent transport links and a range of local facilities. Stansted Airport lies just 1 mile to the north. Around a fifth of Takeley residents are employed in the area. There are several significant employers within the village itself, and the new care home would provide further employment. Takeley is very well served by bus services, and frequent train links run from the airport just 1 mile to the north. Road transport links are excellent. The A120 links Takeley to Bishop Stortford, Braintree and Colchester. The nearby M11 links Cambridge to the north and Harlow and London to the south. Endurance Estates takes the social and environmental impact of any development very seriously, and early on it was important for the team to visit the site together and assess its suitability for housing.
It is, isn't it? It's fossilised.
A significant asset to the area is the Grade 1 listed Holy Trinity Church of Takeley. Heritage specialist Gail Stoughton and her team have made their own assessment of the area.
But they're intervening between the site and our old house.
Early on in the process, we've been out to site. We've started with the asset, looking at its significance, and then we've gone ever wider. We've walked the public footpaths, we've walked the private land within the site too, to get a really good idea of how the asset is appreciated and understood. And the key thing at Takeley, of course, is how proposed development may block views to and from the church.
Ensuring that the new homes will sit sympathetically within their environs and respect existing heritage views and landscapes is key to Endurance Estates' development philosophy.
There are views across the northern area of the site to the church, and that's something that we've incorporated in the master plan. So we've tried to incorporate areas of open space in order to preserve as many of those views as possible.
To achieve this, Endurance's plan is that 120 homes will occupy about half the site. The scheme allows for one of the units to come forward as a small-scale branch surgery if this is supported by stakeholders. The rest of the land will become a varied natural recreation and play area available for all to enjoy, offering new views of the church and improved countryside access. Mike Carr is the master planner.
We've got much more open space than we would necessarily need to in terms of policy, but what we have been keen to do is to allow views across the development towards the Church of Holy Trinity, which is a listed building, to give that recognition for its setting, as well as opening up an area for a potential play area, natural play with mounding and fallen trees, to give a character that children would find to be fun without having necessarily bright play equipment there. And then beyond that, we've got the attenuation basin, which would be modelled into the landscape to have a organic sort of feel to it rather than be an engineered feature. And then we also have the retained footway with its associated vegetation. There's some trees along there again. A place that people walk now, but we can connect away from that into our open space, allowing people to walk in a space they couldn't walk at the moment because it's a field and it's farmed, and then beyond, and you can walk down the lanes and then onto Parsonage Road with a new connection for pedestrians, and also a new connection out through a potential woodland area. This is new planting, this isn't there at the moment, good for ecology and biodiversity, as well as good for recreation, allows a trim trail as we proposed here to cut through that new woodland.
In all, over 14.5 acres of newly publicly accessible land dedicated to recreational use by existing and new Takeley residents will be created by the scheme. This new public open space will enhance access to existing footpaths and retain natural features. The housing itself will occupy the southern part of the site, abutting existing housing. A main tree-lined avenue leads to smaller roads with open spaces and trees. An average density of 36 dwellings per hectare will allow for sufficient parking and good garden sizes. The new development will be set back from Parsonage Road with landscape and trees in front and new paths which will give the public much improved links from the existing access to further south on Parsonage Road across what is currently inaccessible land. The site will be entered via a new roundabout on Parsonage Road which will help to calm traffic speed. Rob Evans is the scheme's highways planner.
A roundabout's been chosen primarily because it's an efficient use of space. It also acts to slow the traffic down on the approach to Takeley. We've seen vehicle speeds in the order of 40 miles per hour travelling southbound into the village, and the roundabout will act as a brake to that traffic and encourage them to stay at around 30 miles per hour as they travel south.
The planners also researched where traffic to and from the new development is most likely to go.
Judging by typical destinations of residents in Takeley and discussions with them about vehicle routing, we'd expect the majority of our traffic to travel northbound to access the A120, with less traffic travelling through Takeley. Clearly the traffic that does go through Takeley, albeit a smaller amount, will affect the Crossroads junction.
The development team estimate just 14 cars are likely to travel from the new housing through Takeley in the morning rush hour. And there are plans to use new technology to improve the efficiency of the Takeley Crossroads.
In terms of improving the Crossroads junction, we can use modern methods of control. These use optimised computers which allow more efficient use of the green time at the junction.
The highways engineers have studied the junction and established that a computer-controlled system would significantly reduce congestion and queuing, even at peak times. This new system, together with plans to optimise bus stops and pedestrian crossings, is a further tangible benefit of the proposed development. Endurance Estates have also drawn up proposals for a 66-bed care home on the eastern side of Parsonage Road, opposite the residential development.
The care home we propose here is a 66-bed care home. The access for that would be taken off Parsonage Road, and there is an option here where if the residential application is approved, that would come with the roundabout, but the care home doesn't need the roundabout on its own. So if it was just the care home alone that was approved, then it would be the T-junction that is shown on the layout here. In terms of design, we've set that back, so there is a tree-lined avenue alongside Parsonage Road to buffer and pull back the built form. And the built form we're looking at indicatively on the plan at the moment as an L shape, so it breaks up the linear form to wrap it round a corner and give us a way of addressing Parsonage Road that takes out of the view the necessary parking and associated storage. The front of the building can be designed to be attractive and to modulate the scale of the building, as it would be one of the first buildings that you would see approaching Takeley from the north.
The new care home will not just be an attractive building, but with a significantly ageing population, it will offer real community benefits as well.
The 66-bed care home that we propose allows people who have ageing relatives in the area to stay in the area, and that was something that came out of consultation. There was a number of residents who said that would be really helpful for them, and it also creates jobs in the area as well.
The Endurance Estates team are convinced that both the care home and the proposed residential development offer significant benefits to Takeley. The housing proposal will help satisfy a compelling local need for sustainable and affordable homes close to the amenities of Stansted, in an area of high property prices. But most importantly, these new homes will not be provided at a cost to the local environment. Instead, they will bring new public open spaces and natural amenities to the existing settlement. Andy Cook has been assessing the project's environmental impact.
What I particularly like about the scheme as a landscape architect is that it provides a whole raft of benefits. We're not only delivering housing here, but it's set within a very generous landscape framework of public open space and community woodland. Those things bring lots of benefits. Not only does it create new habitat and provide a resource for the local wildlife, but it also provides a resource for the local community, both the new incoming community and the existing community at large, for recreational use.